Hi Transformers collectors and ToyHound fans. This is ToyHound here to review a Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Generations Leader Class Optimus Prime. And here it is in the package. Now it's based on the new Transformers 4 Age of Extinction movie Optimus Prime character. And that's what it looks like in the package. And it has this 3D illustration of Optimus Prime right there. It's produced by Hasbro. It's for ages 8+. And it has this dorky Transformers lettering right there. It's kind of hard to see. They should have had it the opposite way where it said Transformers all the way down. But it's still a unique design. And it has the Autobot logo right there. And that's what it looks like on the back. And you can kind of read the bio right there if you want to pause it. Okay, and then the Sword of Judgment is basically that right there. Then the shield is right there. And that's the Western Star semi-truck mode. And that's Grimlock. And that's other information right there. That's what it looks like on the bottom, of course. Nothing too spectacular. And next I'll show you out of the package. And here, as you can see, is a Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Generations Leader Class Optimus Prime. And that came loose, of course, but here is the Western Star version of Optimus Prime. I transformed him in his Western Star truck mode, and I wanted to show you a comparison next to the Hunt for the Decepticons Leader Optimus Prime. And this is the Peterbilt 379 version right here. That is most well known. That was in all three of the Transformers movies. And this one's the newer version. And this one is a Western Star, of course. It's a customized version of a Western Star. But there's the... Here, I'll show you the size difference. This one is actually... I'll have a comparison in the next clip with Sentinel Prime before showing you the transformation, but he's about that size. And you can see the difference. And here's what it looks like on the back. Of course, it has the headache rack just like that one does. It's surprisingly smaller and not as wide. And it does have the lights similar to the one from the first three movies. It doesn't have the nice lights right here on the fenders. And the one thing that most people that reviewed this toy have not mentioned is there is flames on these fenders similar to this one. But the flame design is similar, but it's simplified. It doesn't have that metallic orange paint that you had from the first movie. This one does not. It's just solid. It's similar to the paint job that was from the first Transformers Voyager class toy. Basically that same similar paint job. But there's the comparisons. This one, rubbery smokestacks. These got 3 smokestacks on each side, and it has a similar design. They got kind of off of this one truck driver got his truck tricked by Trick My Truck, and they had 3 stacks on each side on that truck in general. It was bigger. It was supposed to be more like a pipe organ because he's a Christian, and they thought it'd be cool to have like the church scene through the stacks. So this design isn't totally, can't give credit to Bay for that. So there's the side, of course, and this one's got chrome, so it's one thing to be aware of. It's got chrome. And it's got yellow windows, and the one in the movie doesn't have yellow windows. That's kind of annoying. It's got the Autobot symbol right there. So it looks like on the top, the weapon, of course. And that is painted silver. The plastic is, well, I wouldn't say bad, but it's not super great. But it does have rubbery tires. And the one from the movie, it doesn't have this type of wheel in the front. It's actually flatter. But there's that. I'll show you a comparison with Sentinel Prime, and then I'll do the transformation. And here's a clip of a comparison with Sentinel Prime Leader Class from the Dark of the Moon toy line. There it is right there. He's basically the same width as the Sentinel Prime toy, so everyone that thinks that it's scaled down, it's actually similar to the Dark of the Moon toy line size. It's a little bit smaller, but not that much. And there it is right there, of course. And that's what it looks like on the back. And then in the next clip, I'll show you the transformation of the Western Star of Optimus Prime to his Night Warrior mode. And now on to showing you the transformation for Optimus Prime. You can do it in different steps, but I do it so I don't scratch up the chrome on it, because it's got chrome, and that's kind of a thing. But you tab those apart. They tab together pretty darn tightly too. Pull that apart, then you pull that apart, pull that apart. I can definitely tell you that this is way simpler than the Hunt for the Decepticons one. Okay, and of course turn that, pull those out just like that. So then he's like, yeah. Okay. I'll tell you this right now. I'm not an expert at Transformers. I like toys. I'm not an expert, so. But you still enjoy this video. And take that sword out. That's kind of in the way. There we go. Forgot to show the weapon stores under there. Okay. Okay. And then that slots down just like that. And then what you do, you get these, pull that down, pull that down. I kind of have them spread out because, you know, I don't want to wreck the chrome on it. They got the chrome because the original G1 Optimus Prime had chrome, but it makes the truck have more bling to it, I guess what you call it. This is like Optimus bling. That's what I would categorize this truck as. But let's see here. Okay, I think that swings down around like that. Just like my sister said, these kind of have their own little sequential parts. So these are complex, but not as complex as the original Revenge of the Fallen or Dark of the Moon or whatever. Okay, let's see here. There's a way of doing it without scratching the chrome, so I try to do this without, well, that didn't. Okay, well, okay. I did that. Hopefully it didn't scratch the chrome. Okay, there's that. And then you pull this piece down. And these kind of sit on his shoulders. It turns around. Like that. And if you're a real Transformer nerd and the movie comes out on DVD, this might even be the type of toy that if your kids really like Transformers and they want to transform the toy while they're watching the movie, this will enable them to do that, because this transformation is so much simpler than the previous movie ones. So that's kind of a, I guess that's what you would call a plus for it. And you got those pieces on the side, and it definitely stands so much easier than the previous Optimus Prime. Okay. Like I said, I'm not an expert at Transformers. Okay, we got that. And then his head pops up just like that. Okay. He's on like ball joints, I think. There we go. There we go. Kind of fidgety. And then lastly, or whatever you want to do it. I probably did the order opposite of what everyone else does, but I do it so I don't destroy the toy in transforming it. I don't totally go by the book. It's like when I collect toys, I don't go by, well, I'm getting this because it's a collector item. I get it because I enjoy it. And I really look forward to, well, you can store his shield, which has got like a gun on the end of it, which is kind of funny. And then you can put his, there's a name to these swords and weapons. I'll put that in the description box. I don't remember it. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. There's Optimus Prime. And he's got his awesome weapon, sword, right there. He has a lot of nice molded in detail. It's not exactly like the one from the movie, like the painting and stuff. And it doesn't show the face. It has the mouth guard like you would from the G1 Transformers. It's very knight looking. Like you can tell this looks very knight looking. That's what it looks like on the side. It's not the Takara Tommy version, but I bought it mostly for the Western Star and the robot mode. And I am not disappointed at all with it. It's kind of finicky. It's not the greatest articulation. Like, you can't like do what you could with the Hunt for the Decepticons one, but you know what? It's good enough for me. Has a lot of nice molded in detail. It's not, there's no, I don't really think someone can say there's a perfect version of Optimus Prime, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. The sword fell out. And his thumbs does open up. That's how the sword fell out. But it's kind of hard to show totally in the camera. That's the side, of course. And he's got quite a backpack, which is unfortunate. But to make the transformation a little bit simpler, they had to do that. But the one thing that bothers me is the pipes aren't smooth. They got a little bit of an indentation in them. So the one in the movie doesn't have that. That's kind of unfortunate. But it does have nice ratchet joints. You can do some certain things with it. I mean, I guess what you call posing, but I don't really plan to do that. But, or maybe I forgot that. Huh, I forgot another step. Sorry about that. Okay, you're supposed to have the grill pieces. You're supposed to have these grill pieces wrapped around right here so you don't wreck the chrome. But like I said, it's still an awesome toy. And I wanted to show you a close-up of Optimus Prime's face. I'll pull that sword out. There it is right there. He does have light piping, and it's the yellow color, of course. On the one in the movie, he doesn't show as much blue. It's actually, these parts are silver, and the Takara Tommy version does a better job with that. But I don't feel like spending $70 for it. Here's a close-up with his sword. Right there. He can't twist it to the side too much. I'm sure customizers, once they get another version of this, they will figure out how to customize it so that you can do that. Now I'll show you a comparison of Optimus Prime with the Hunt for the Decepticons Prime and my final thoughts. And here's a comparison with the Hunt for the Decepticons Optimus Prime next to this version. As you can see, the leader class version is, I guess you'd say it's an upscale Voyager class. It's a little bit bigger than a Voyager class. And this one's a Hunt for Decepticons one. It definitely has a lot more plastic and a lot more pieces. But when I got this one a couple years ago, back in 2010 I think, it took me all day to figure out how to transform it. And the reason why is it cost me like close to $50. And you don't really want to rush through a transformation on a toy that costs you $50. Of course, this part's not transformed all the way, but who cares about that? And let's see if this sword fits this Optimus Prime. Kinda does. It kinda does. Not really, but there's that. And of course, this is the battle damage version. And that's really all I have to say. I think it's a great toy and it's well worth picking up. Yeah, it doesn't have the articulation like this one does, but it's a movie toy. And honestly, movie toys are one of those things that you kind of get bored with it after so many months. And I still think it has a lot of playability to it. And it's well worth the $40. $44, so it's basically almost $45 with tax or so. And I think it's better than the Amazon exclusive version. That one is big and bulky and got a ton of bling chrome on it. And that one's suited more for littler kids. This one I think is definitely worth picking up. It has a lot more playability to it. If you'd like to see more videos, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and stay tuned for more reviews.